Welcome back to hour number 2 of episode 3 of Pawns and Patrons, tentatively titled The Revenge of Froge.
Or we're all gonna die.
Or alternatively, we're all gonna die.
Ooh, a revenge is a good name for a group of Leviathan.
A revenge of Leviathan.
A revenge of Leviathan.
Nice.
We've been discussing it in my chat. I have updates whenever we're ready.
I want to hear them, but quickly, I want to throw it back over to Jen to give us another rundown of the charity that she's raising funds for today.
Yeah.
Jen, you want to talk to us about this?
Yeah, so we're raising money for the Wellness Association of Canada. What it does is that when Canadian healthcare doesn't cover some costs for healthcare, well, that's when they come in. So people can apply to get some funding for different healthcare procedures that they need help for. So that's what we're raising money for today. We are at $200 out of $250. So I want to thank everybody who donated today.
Woo!
Really excited, getting close to the goal. So yeah, if you want to donate, I think most of our streams are set up with a command where you do !charity, and then you can just click and go for it, and we will appreciate you very much. That is
Fantastic. So we've got 2 groups now. We've split the party, which is always the easiest thing.
Great idea, yeah.
The best plan. Mm-hmm. So there's one larger party of 5. And let's talk about who these mighty warriors are. We have Agnes, Redra, Lil Jimmy, Sky, and Fran the Horse Lady on this sort of like Viking vessel that you sailed onto and sailed across the water. You are all and Strej Dudet. So that's six total there.
Even better.
And then they are accompanied by Anna and Rachel, the dogs.
Yep.
The 8 total of you sit on the deck of this ship as it slides to a halt in this still, glassy, starless sea under the keep above. And you're currently parked about 50 feet off of the shore of this ziggurat. The ziggurat rises quite imposingly directly up out of the water. It's made of these huge, raw, monolithic stones, kind of like if you remember way back to like episode 1 when I described the walls of the keep above. They weren't all like carved stone blocks. It was like huge dolmens and menhirs that had been pulled up and stacked and piled into walls, and again like carved with like ancient runes and stuff like that. Same kind of construction here, deep under the chasm that you've just sailed through. There's a ramp. I can just like ping this over here. There's a ramp that it looks like it would be fairly easy to like swim over to for those of you who aren't wearing metal armor. For those of you who are, might have to get creative. And then of course the ziggurat itself is, it's out in the middle of this underground sea. So, you've stopped here 50 meters or 50 feet from the bottom of this ramp, but the sea goes around behind and then beyond. In fact, like very far in the distance around behind the ziggurat, you can actually see the very faint glimmer of light on the surface of the water. So, Agnes, Red,
tell us more about.
Jimmy.
Can you tell us more about this guy right here?
Yeah, that's now that you're close, you can see that this is not, in fact, a person wearing armor. It's actually just an effigy. It's just like they've taken like a bundle of straw and like stacked some huge plate armor on it, and like let me see if I can tell you a little bit more now that you're closer and you can see. Yeah. Let me read you the description here from the adventure. The island draws closer, revealing the source of the golden glow, a towering ziggurat with burning light radiating from within the sliver-thin cracks between its massive stone blocks. A wide ramp circles the edifice, sloping up to the top of the temple. Hordes of twisted villagers crowd the ramp, howling to the darkness, hammering on massive hide drums, and pushing a terrified string of prisoners to the ziggurat's glowing peak. High atop the temple, you can make out a fearsome silhouette of an enormous armored figure wreathed in infernal smoke lit from below. Yes, you can see that there's like this twisted villager orchestrating the ritual on top, but the armored figure, now that you're close enough, is revealed to actually just be an effigy dressed in armor.
Okay, so it's like in the painting. You guys should pull up the painting.
It is a lot like in the painting.
Yeah, it's exactly like in the painting. And in the painting, I was looking at it in the break because I figured if we have a chance at surviving this, it's probably in the painting, maybe. So yeah,
The east wall painting, you mean, right?
Well, the west wall painting seems like the ritual with there's the dude alive saying like, you know, kill the people, sacrifice them, and then there's the armored effigy thing that looks like a person but isn't.
I guess that's the same because the shadow of the thing on the east wall is the same. So I guess they must be the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So like it seems like destroying the leader and the effigy thing, or even just the effigy thing, might mess it up for everybody. My only idea would be either that or somehow we get them to go on the boat and we get on the land and then the Leviathan comes back.
What do you suppose the lightning...
That's a good plan.
But how do we get them on the boat?
Well, the west wall says that we need a horse with a sword, a frog dude. I think we're equipped.
That's a good point.
The what?
The mural features several animals, of which we have brought with us.
Yeah, but they look armed and bad.
Yeah, this seems like twisted villagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you guys think the lightning is in the top? Because we know that the like wizard charming the Leviathan was probably the incense thing that it was like calmed them.
And
there's that
Red
lightning strike down the middle.
Red is still wearing the chaos robe, right?
Yeah.
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 So maybe there's some sort of elemental thing you could call down, or maybe it's just decorative. Who knows?
I think it's decorative, but what I was thinking was to get on the island and stop with the incense, and hopefully maybe it'll start grabbing at twisted villagers. Because it seems like the incense calmed them down.
Is it possible that like the incense might be your way of like communing with the beasts, you know? Like maybe the tentacles work for you now. Can you like try and have one of them like pop out of the water by command? You've got like incense and fancy robes. Maybe you're a wizard now.
Let's try. So I guess Red will try as we're finaling the approaching of the things, and we'll say, Leviathan, attack the armored dude effigy thing.
Okay.
Maybe try something within its reach instead of at the very top of the ziggurat, really far away from everything.
Okay, grabby, twisted villager, the one on the edge.
Grabby, twisted villager. Yeah, let me see. Hang on, I need to look at some things to see how we might.
I guess that's how we learn if I actually control him or if it's just that incense calms it down. Unsure.
Yeah, it could totally be either one.
Meanwhile, roll the bless.
In both of these murals too, it shows this, and Agnes is doesn't have glasses, but she's pushing them back anyway. This skull-shaped wand, it seems, is a big factor in controlling these, I want to say, lightning bolts. One comes down here at his bequest, and lightning bolts exude off them in this second picture as they both hold together.
And it's dripping. There's something dripping on it.
That's a whole new perspective I've never even seen before. You're so wise and insightful.
Agnes takes this in stride.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is known.
Do we see the character holding the skull thingy? You're right. It does very important now that I see it. Maybe even more than everything else.
These like knee-high leggings and like leather straps over the body and like not much but like, what do you call them, like little loincloths. These are some like real proud boys up here.
Yeah, I really like the accessorizing with the skulls by the hair on the waist belt. I feel like it sends a message of both strength but like approachability.
Yeah, kind of like openness and acceptance. Yeah, totally.
Agnes is taking a shine to Sky because
Real
Sky talks to
masculine energy.
Yeah.
Just two bros being bros.
Yeah, just
So-
like welcoming.
There is precedent for like commanding things to obey you. So, yeah. Let's see. I think I need you to make a
God.
yeah, I need you to make a personality check for me.
Oh God, I have it. Like Redra is the worst. She's really shitty. Okay.
Personality is oh wow, yeah.
Must be.
So
She has -1. She's
No, but isn't
like-
this good? Don't we want to roll below or equal to our stats and not above them?
this is a check against the difficulty class.
Good try.
So, you're like trying to command the Chaos Leviathan to obey you? Is that what you're doing? How do you say this?
She said grabby, twisted villager, specifically.
Yeah.
You shout grabby, twisted villager. And as you hold out your hand, the last of your second cone of incense just burns out.
Yeah.
And just like nothing happens, and then like 5 huge bubbles just rise from the depths. And
Oh God, get off the boat! Redra wants to get off the boat now. She thinks that the incense is linked to the calmness of the tentacles, and that it.
You have one more cone. You have a third cone.
That's for our way back, though.
Fair. So are you just diving overboard?
I need to see if I'm in armor or not. I think Redra might be. Like, she wouldn't be that dumb.
I don't see you as wearing any armor.
No, you're right. Okay, yes. Yeah,
Okay,
I think she goes for it. She's trying to get to the ziggurat.
Redra dives overboard, sploosh, and begins swimming as fast as she can. Meanwhile, Babs, Growlbless, and Dunnytooth, what are you three doing? Stephen is following along, panting happily as he gnaws on the large femur that Dunnytooth dug out for him.
I mean, I think that we all agreed we were just gonna go home, right? Like,
Yeah.
Junetouche is kind of at this point like chewing her thumb bloody, like absent-mindedly, as she walks along with the dog.
Yeah, are the three of you just going to leave, or are you going to collect the 75 gold bounty for this ring?
Growlbless feels pretty shitty about leaving his mom, but at the same time, like, he doesn't want to get involved at all. So he's kind of just looking at her jumping in the water, and he's like, she's really going for it. We had some good times.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch how this plays out as Junetouche.
Yeah, I think maybe we just watch.
I mean, there's no way we can get over there. The boat's already left.
Hey,
right?
yeah, I wish I could be there.
Uh-huh.
I sit down.
I want to
mean,
step
I-
back to where I think they can't reach us.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can just like sit on the steps and watch, I guess.
Yeah, totally, absolutely.
I take out some rations and kind of munch on them.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Then, as you're sitting here, you're noticing, Dunnytoosh, that these 3 rubies, like, they're glinting very attractively in the firelight, as if there's more light to them than just the light of the torch that Babs is carrying.
So as it gets sparkly and I bring it towards the fire, I just keep kind of bringing the sparkles as they get bigger and bigger until I'm holding up my bloody thumb to the torch, just like, whoa.
There's a weird thing, right? Like, as you bring it closer to the torch, the light seems to dim and the sparkles seem to dim. Become harder to see.
Do we notice that?
Well, I'm describing what Demetrius is noticing.
Yeah, I'm sort of bringing it closer and then pulling it away. I don't know. How much do you notice a 12-year-old being weird?
I don't know. Can I do a perception check?
No.
Okay.
Are you asking if you notice that Demetrius has a ring?
Yeah, or
that's like readily apparent. If you look at Dunny-Tooth, she's occupied looking at her thumb, which has a ring on it. She's trying to like look at it in the dark and look at it in the light. Dunny-Tooth, when you look at it in the dark, these 3 gems actually glow faintly with an inner red light.
So now I'm just doing a lot of like this over it, kind of like trying to see into them. And then when no one's looking, I also like lick the ring.
Gross.
It tastes like cinnamon.
Whoa!
Oh.
Now I'm just like kind of sucking on it like a ring pop.
Gross.
I found this in the corpses.
Yeah, I guess Grolobus kind of gets curious. He's like, but what's going on here?
It's a candy ring. It makes my thumb feel funny. Watch.
You see it too. You see that when Dunny-Tooth like covers the ring and so that it's in the darkness, these 3 gemstones are actually glowing faintly with an inner light.
Do you think they are linked to this whole business over there?
Hello, boat?
There's no response from the ringy talkie.
Oh, maybe it's the ring that guy was looking for.
Is it upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he paid for it, but I don't know. I've seen gold before, but I've never seen a ring that tastes like candy and glows in the dark.
It tastes like candy?
Yeah, try it. And I shove my thumb in your mouth.
I try it.
Did he tell us what the ring did, or did he just say it was belonging to his patron?
Yeah, I think that he was just like, oh, I'm supposed to find a ring. Maybe you can find it for me. I'll pay you 50 gold. All right, fine. 75 gold to recover this ring. And like, the 3 of you know that like gemstones don't glow.
What is the equivalent of like an Arcana check here?
I think the answer is that there isn't one, except to like, you know, everybody's heard stories of wizards, right? So like, maybe if you put on the ring and said like, abracadabra, a la Shazam, and then like maybe something would happen. So like trying to like do the things that culturally you're aware wizards do in order to like activate stuff.
Yeah.
Is how you would in your current state try to like figure out what something is.
Babs is like, that's totally magic. You should control the Leviathans and make them do something cool.
Yeah, do it, totally. Yeah.
Dunny-Tooth like leaps to her feet with that encouragement.
Say something like ring activate and like Leviathans, or I don't know. Tell them to help out our friends there.
So she's got her bloody spit-covered thumb, and she's like, "Ring power! Save the people on the boat, and stop the Leviathan, and stop the fighting on the pyre, and save the villagers, and untwist the twisted villagers!"
Amazing. All right, Dunny-Tooth, please roll an intelligence check.
This is not gonna go good, folks.
It's not even a luck check. It's like nothing good's going on.
No. 4!
4! Wow, that's really low. Wow. Let me take a look at what that means.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh,
wait.
that doesn't sound good.
Wait. Nope, I've written this wrong. Let's see.
No, give me the oh my god one.
All right, I gotta look up some information here. Yep. Right. Oh no, it's not that bad. There's a lot of work involved in figuring out what happens here. The ring sparkles and fizzles, and you feel like a jolt of energy surge through your mind, and then nothing happens, Dunny-Touche.
And I kind of like a wand in Harry Potter. I'm like, ha! And I keep trying to like fling the magic out of my ring thumb into the darkness.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh man. If it's the party on this side that dies first, I'm gonna be really impressed.
Oh my
18.
god.
Untwist the twisted. Untwist the twisted.
Okay, well, you like a second time you sort of like hurl your hand in the direction of the water and go, all of a sudden, roll 1d10 for me, please.
Nice.
Ooh, 9.
And then roll 1d4 for me, please.
Oh god, so much mystery.
2.
So, a force dagger that is colored icy blue erupts from the ring and goes flying at bullet-like speed, just streaking through the air. Let's see, how many of these do you get? You get 1d4, roll 1d4.
Cool.
3 force daggers of an ice blue color shoot out of this ring and go flying into the darkness before, like, they're aiming directly at that armored figure on top of the ziggurat, and they just don't get far enough. They get about 150 feet away. Fizzle. You'd need to hit like 1,000 feet in order to hit the figure on top of the ziggurat.
I don't care that they didn't hit. I immediately jump up and I'm like, wow! And I do this motion a bajillion more times.
Roll an intelligence check.
Oh no!
It might have a limited number of charges. Don't do it 1,000,000 times, please.
No, I'm gonna explode, guys. Sorry.
Someone stop her.
No.
Not bad, not bad.
I think all of us would be like, wow, that was so cool. If only we were hitting enemies right now.
Falls on deaf ears, baby. I'm just shooting out blue spikes.
One ice blue force dagger fires out and then fizzles out 150 feet away.
I look at it like a spent toy gun where I'm just kind of like, and then I'm like looking down the barrel of it, and I just like, I think I gotta suck on it some more.
Yeah, keep sucking on it. That's gonna make it work better. Babs is like laughing.
That's what my big sister always said.
God.
We need to get closer. Do you have a boat? I ask.
Well, I mean, we had a boat, but now it's all the way up over there. I don't think there's any way to get back there.
Your companions could probably hear you if you shouted.
Ask Fran. She'll bring it back. Fran! Can you bring the boat back real quick? Fran seems to understand that there's a situation where they want to help. Would taking the boat away cause any harm right now?
Well, I mean, there's gonna be my character alone on this.
So Redra has like soggily and sloppily dragged herself up onto the shore here after swimming 50 feet from the boat to the shore. Fran, you feel like an innate connection with the boat. You feel like you could direct it now that it recognizes you six as its rightful commanders.
Being very logical, Fran feels like adding 3 to their number as they try to deal with all of these twisted villagers is probably a good plan. So she is going to try to go back and pick up the rest of the party.
Okay.
All of us is like, I'm not coming on this boat. I don't know why you're turning it around.
And Dunatush is like, Fran, watch this!
Now, Interestingly, Donitush, you can feel that first effect is gone now, but that there are other effects laying dormant inside of this ring. Are you going to try to access one of these others?
If I feel like one cartridge within the ring kind of mentally is spent, I'm just going to move on to wherever I find new power and try and force it out of the ring.
Amazing. So as this ship, which lurches into motion at Frang's mental insistence, as the ship drifts slowly in her direction, you continue tinkering with the ring. Please roll an intelligence check.
If I kill all you guys on the ship, I'm sorry.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Oh god, that's the end.
Roll
Who's playing with you guys?
1d6 modified by your luck.
Yeah, it's the end. It's the end of this group.
A 1. Beautiful. Roll 1d8.
That's the damage you're gonna take.
Let's be real. That's the damage that everybody in 30 feet takes. Come on.
Yeah,
No.
something like that.
You hurl out your thumb again, Donitush, and you feel this intense heat and fire erupt from it. Yeah.
I'm like
Oh wow.
on the sand of the beach, just like full Sailor Moon starfish poses.
This isn't even in my notes. It's actually in the book. There we go.
You wouldn't kill Steven the dog now, would you?
Oh, you think. Let's see. Spell failure, corruption, 1d10 minus the spell level, plus the wizard's luck modifier. Okay, that's fire resistance is a level 2 spell, so roll 1d10 minus 2 plus your luck modifier, which might be negative. Yeah, so that's -1. -3 is a 1. Fantastic.
I'm wearing a chainmail shirt.
Yeah, so you fling out your hand and you feel this intense heat sort of wash over you. It's very clear that something went terribly wrong with this ring, and you feel this pain on your face as boils and pustules break out and just begin sort of weeping gently. It hurts quite a lot, but there's no actual damage. But yeah, now you have sores on your face.
Oh, you look terrible. What'd you do?
So from my perspective, I've just been like, ha! Watch our magic powers! Whoo, 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 whoo.
Yep, accurate.
Just
and
the
now
specific child turn face when it's
I'm looking to one of you to see if I'm actually hurt, and when you look horrified, Babs, I'm just like, no.
Let me have that. She tries to take the ring.
The ring? No. And I'm in a little child ball.
Amazing. So I think that's the state of everything when the ship finally reaches shore again.
Babs tells Fran, she's like, the kid has a magic ring and it was gonna help with the fight over there, but then she wasted it.
Just loudly sobbing.
Oh, I bet it's okay. Come on. We'll fix the ring. We'll find a way to make it work.
The ring is mean.
Come on. We'll fix it. What'd you do to make it work the first time, Oh, come here.
Babs will usher Donitush up onto the boat and thrust her at Fran.
No, the boat says no! And I throw my microphone off my desk. And twist my little body away from you guys. I'm not getting on the boat. But then I'll stick out the thumb and you can take the ring off it.
Sky will hop off the ship, walk over, pick up the unruly child under one arm, and return to the
Babs
boat.
already took the ring, though. As soon as Dunatush offered it, Babs took it, and she's like, nice. And she
That's
puts
fine.
it on and walks up onto the boat.
Sky brings the unruly child against her will.
Growlbless is like, we're doing the worst mistake we could possibly make right now. Now we're just gonna die with the others. And then he gets on the boat. And it's
Steven the dog runs onto the boat excitedly.
This is a disaster.
Wouldn't
Steven
you
jumps
rather...
up and down at every person on the boat, showing them the femur that he's chewing on.
Very practical.
Wouldn't you rather die with your friends than, like, live alone?
Nope.
No!
No, I'd rather live and, make beads out of glass. That was nice. That was really nice.
But
was
look
at
at all these
home
people that
making
need your
beads.
protection.
As I'm thrashing around, by the way, all the glass beads that I stole from the graves go like flying out of my bag and all over the deck of the ship.
Growlbless sits down on the boat, like facing the other way, like looking at the shore as it goes away from him. Yeah,
Well-
I guess we're all on the boat now.
As the boat slowly starts sliding back in the direction of the ziggurat, making its third transit in the last half. Red, what are you doing? You've crawled up onto the shore here, and you can see all of these twisted villagers escorting their strand of, non-twisted villagers up the spiral of the ziggurat. What do you do?
Are there any dead twisted villagers around here or not at all?
Not here, no.
I don't see any. Crap. I think I would try to walk like them and kind of growl like them and
Okay.
kind of try to sneakily scout what's going on. I'm trying to, come up the cliff and kind of check out what's going on. I'm not engaging too much though.
Yeah, this first twisted villager, or the one with the bullhead, looks in your direction and locks eyes with you, and then begins moving in your direction. He says, "Moo, moo, 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 moo."
I try to answer with exactly the same moves.
Excellent.
Moo, 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 moo.
He falls to his knees and raises his empty palms in your direction and says, "Moo, moo," and then he presses his forehead to the ground in front of you.
And then I go, moo! And then I start walking onwards with a little bit more confidence. I'm trying to go full confidence, but
Yeah, awesome. He lets you pass.
Yeah. And then I'm hoping, I'm trying to get him to follow me. I'm like,
He follows behind you on hands and knees, and as you approach the next group of twisted villagers,
I point at them, and then I point behind me, and I go, moo!
yeah, he also says moo, 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 moo. And then these other twisted villagers just go,
Oh.
and they all sort of like move aside and like you start passing by them.
Wow. Unexpected.
What the fuck?
Agnes looks left, looks right, and goes, Does she know that?
Yeah, it looks like they're friends.
Yeah,
That's cool.
so yeah, I keep going. I feel like one part of me feels like I'm about to die, the other part of me feels like I'm probably a god right now.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing the whole time. Are they grouping up behind me?
They're not following you like the first one is. This first twisted villager A is like continuing to follow you on hands and knees, crawling up the ramp in your wake. The others sort of like stay where they are and continue wrestling their charges. They're all trying to move up the ramp, but these other villagers, they're just not as cooperative with the moving up the ramp to be tossed into the flames at the top. Very frustrating, really. Hostile work conditions. So by the time the ship sails back to the 50 feet offshore point, you could be all the way at the top if you wanted to. As you continue, like everybody is just sort of like generally, you know, like bowing in your direction and gesturing you and looking up top and pointing and sort of, you know, making strange noises.
I'm going up top.
Okay, awesome.
So I guess I'll be like here or something at this point.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, by the time you make it to the top of the temple, you can see that the peak of the temple is dominated by a vast smoking pit that glows with a hellish light. A mighty, twisted villager with the head of a bull hoists an effigy of a fearsome armored figure high into the swirling clouds as prisoners are hurled, screaming one after another into the pit. There are a trio of snarling, like acolytes who seem to have some sort of like forged symbol hanging around their neck that are upending woven wicker baskets of gold coins into the pit below, tossing the gold down into the fires.
Oh, that's a waste.
Yeah.
All about you is the thundering cacophony of drums and bestial howls as the bizarre ritual nears its climax.
Yeah. Moo, moo, moo.
The twisted villager with the mighty, like, he's like 8 feet tall. He looks at you and he says, "Why speak you in the tongues of beasts?"
Because I am one with beast. I am the prophet you have been waiting for.
Yeah, So are you trying to convince him of this?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Red Rat, let's see. So go ahead and, well, before we have you roll personality.
Oh, it's my worst stat. Why am I doing this?
As Red Dress steps to the top and begins having this conversation with everybody else, that's when the rest of you slide into position 50 feet offshore. So what do the rest of you do here on the boat?
Junitush is still aware that the boat didn't want her on it, so she's just gonna immediately take off her chainmail shirt and then swim to shore.
Are you just gonna leave the armor on the boat?
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that on the deck and go.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. You take off the armor, jump into the water, swim to the shore. No problem. What about the rest of you?
Do we need to take off our armor to get to shore?
So you're gonna need to do some swimming, and I think that wearing armor imposes a check penalty to swimming.
What if I take one of the oars and I lay it from the lip of the ship and walk down the oar?
So the oar isn't 50 feet long, but being a large, long shaft of wood, it probably would float.
Well, we can Titanic this. I will grab a collection of oars, bundle them between my arms, hold them together, and then tell little Jimmy to grab the other end, and Sky and little Jimmy will create a floating device, plop into the water with it. And if it holds them,
tries to pull one of the oars out of the bundle as you go,
No.
and she's like,
No.
that you can't have all of them. They're just selfish.
they're for all of us.
It's
They're for all of us. More buoyant together. More buoyant together. Sorry, wrong voice.
Babs tries to put on the chainmail shirt.
Okay, it fits. It was very, very large for Donatush's 12-year-old body.
What does that give me?
Oh yeah, so let's take a look at the armor section over here. Let's see. Is it basic equipment or is it combat? I think
It was 5 AC, -5 check, -5 speed when I had it.
Yeah, so you can see here at the bottom left, chainmail has +5 AC, -5 to check. So like if you're trying to swim, you'd have to subtract 5. -5 feet to your speed. Your fumble die becomes a D12. It's worth 150 gold. Yeah.
Okay. So, but assuming that we have the floaty, I should be fine.
Indeed. In fact, Sky and Kai?
Little Jimmy.
Sky and Little Jimmy dive into the water wearing, is it just Little Jimmy who has armor, or does Sky also?
Just Sky have armor, no Little
Just
Jimmy.
Sky.
Yeah.
And he's floating just fine. The combined buoyancy of the oars is keeping his head above water.
We will tread and stay closer to the boat in case anyone else wants to jump on, but after a minute or two of asking people to join, they'll paddle to shore if no one
Fran
else...
will join, but making sure that the dogs are swimming safely and don't need help.
Yeah. Why don't we move everybody who's joining over to the shore? The dogs have no problem doggy
Come
paddling
on, Stephen.
over to the shore. Very-
Come on, boy!
He still has the femur.
Good.
Babs will give the femur that she's been holding to dog Rachel.
Amazing.
Woof.
Are you on the shore then as well, Babs?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and move
Trying
yourself.
to be. Come on, Babs. There we go.
All right. It's at this point in time that you hear bellowing from the top of the ziggurat. Why do you speak in the tongues of beasts?
Who's he talking to? Do you need two chess?
Me!
How does Redra respond?
Because I am one with the beasts. I am the prophet you have been waiting for. Twisted
Perfect.
villagers, assemble behind my command.
Ooh.
Give me a personality check.
Oh my
Wait.
god.
Is there anything you can draw on from your herder background, from your occupation, that would help you with this?
I mean,
Technically, this is a lot of animals she's trying to gather.
I was gonna say that like you told me they were a little bit furry. My animal farm is probably linked to that. Let me see one sec. Where's my character information? Get all my notes. Okay, Redra, female herder, herds livestock. She's got a staff, a herding dog. She was struck by lightning twice.
Amazing.
That won't convince anybody, but
Oh, there are a lot of bolts on the mural, so.
that's true. I will say I was struck by lightning twice. That doesn't happen by. That proves I am lucky and gifted.
Very true. Yeah. Okay. I think. Like, are you making that connection that like these are all like these villagers have become half animal and like I heard animals I can like.
Yeah. I'm gonna do like my movements I do to herd my animals. I'm like.
Yeah. I'll give you a +1 for that. It's
Nice.
tenuous, but I'll give it to you. So
Yes.
roll your personality.
17.
Seven.
Plus 1, 18.
Yeah!
Oh. Yeah, the twisted villager, the chieftain up here, he says, the prophet has returned. Behold, the brothers will live again.
I'm like making a show out of it. I'm like,
Yeah, he
cheering myself.
kneels down and then like holds out the stick that's holding up this effigy and holds it out to you and he says,
oh, I take the stick.
please
Yeah.
proceed with the ritual. And then one of these acolytes with the symbol around their neck, they have like lizard heads. They say, prophets, we have another villager for your sacrifice.
I have even more villagers for my sacrifice that I have brought onto this ship. Gather all the villagers with me. I will go sacrifice them in a special place. You've been messing up this ritual big time. I know a much better place than out here. I pull out my incense and I'm like, I also control the tentacles.
Oh, great mistress, who's about to sacrifice us? Don't forget, we need to move the gold to the new sacrifice place too. You wouldn't want to waste our lives without any gold.
That is true. regular villagers pick up the gold as well for the ritual as you embark on this ship.
We are not worthy of being sacrificed by you.
Hail the prophet! Agnes yells.
Do the regular villagers kind of get on board?
The regular villagers are astonished and terrified. They think that you're actually a chaos priest who's here to sacrifice them in some other worse place.
Oh yeah, it's a worse. I look at them and I'm like, it is a worse place. That is what you fear.
Babs also is looking around to the rest of the people in the party and going like, wait, so she's bad all the time? She's oh no, she's gonna sacrifice us.
As you're saying this, the champion here, the priest, he looks at you and he says, "But prophet, we did many rituals and divinations to discover this resting place of the Chaos Lords. Is this not the apportioned place?"
No, the correct place was in the crypt of Baba Buble. Didn't you see the sign? Repent! And I tap him with the stick.
The crypt. And he looks down and he sort of like looks at the villagers gathered down below at the base of the ramp, and then he looks at you and you can see like a little bit of slyness in his eyes, and he says, he just sort of like barks something, grab them. And these twisted villagers begin charging down the ramp in the direction of the newcomers.
I say, what are you doing?
We must take them to the new place.
Yes, onto the ship.
Chain them, capture them to the ship.
Babs jumps in the water and starts swimming away.
Okay.
With an oar.
Sure. Go ahead and move yourself.
I'm trying. Hold on. Sorry.
Uh,
No, you'll never take me alive.
Sky will,
Barnacle just like, okay.
Sky will draw a sword and stand out front. He's not being taken by these people.
Yeah, as soon as you draw the sword, the priest says, "Betrayal, traitor, we are betrayed. The betrayer brings weapons. Kill them all."
What? You are completely wrong. How dare you challenge the prophet? And then I slap him. I attack him with the super stick.
Okay.
Super stick.
Please roll for initiative. Each player, please roll for initiative. With the initiative roll of your most dexterous character.
Oh, we're all gonna die. I had hope for a while. Let me see. It's all 0?
Oop, I didn't click my...
Let's see. Anna has Fran the horse lady at 16. Redra at 17. Fantastic. I'll add you at 17. Wonderful. And then I've got to roll for these terrifying champions. Initiative +1, huh? Three. Fantastic. Let's see. Twisted villagers. Add. That's a 3. Enter. Sort by descending. Fantastic. All right. So he shouts, "Get them! Attack! We're betrayed! Kill the betrayer!" And Redra, you have the first action. You're prepared for this. You knew that this charade would probably fail at some point. So
no.
You're holding this rod from which dangles this effigy. And the priest was like waving the effigy through the smoke and flames and stuff like that. What do you do now?
I'm gonna try to reproduce his movement, but then if I feel any force that can be used in the staff, I would use that. But if not, I will straight up attack him with the staff.
So as you thrust the effigy over the flames, everybody nearby, like these two like acolytes with the symbols around their neck and the priest, all three of them go, no!
What?
And
Put the villagers on the boat or else.
You're just gonna hold it over the smoke and stuff?
Yeah, submit. Stop attacking. Submit.
Yeah, as they see you just holding it in the smoke, like the priest was doing earlier, they realize you're not the threat they thought you were.
Can I don't feel like I can attack or do anything?
Yeah, totally. You can attack, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to attack. Can I attack with that staff?
I thought you were gonna Sparta kick him into the fire. You were gonna try to sacrifice him.
Sure. Can I attack?
So take a look at where you are physically.
I'm not at the top.
And then tell me what you want to do, because like the answer is yes, you can attack, but talk to me a little bit more.
Okay, I want to take the effigy Chaos Lord thing and I want to chuck it into the fire.
Okay, yeah. So you like walked up and started waving it over the fire and stuff like that. They were like, no, and then you just kept waving it and they were like, you saw them relax a little.
And then I'm
just
like,
let go. They panic, like their eyes go, blah, huh. And yeah. Let's see what happens.
Is it a flammable effigy? In
Yes.
my head, it was flammable.
Yes, yeah. It's made out of straw and stuff like that. Yeah. So, the three acolytes just start hissing, and the priest howls. "Ah!" You pitch this effigy into the pit below, and the acolyte near you says,
Not ready! Not ready! More sacrifices!
and then he jumps in after it, just
Ah!
And I go, "Ah!"
The effigy hits like the boiling magma down in the pit and is swiftly followed by the body of this twisted acolyte. And then like all of you feel the floor just buck beneath you. And like this huge ripple spreads out across the glass still waters of the starless sea as flame shoots up. And the flame takes physical form and solidifies into a towering man wearing blackened armor. He is wielding, let's see.
Even better.
You better be able to control him, Jen.
Massive,
it's a plan.
like, flail. Yeah. And he like swings his flail around. And let me see. You can see that like the magma of his essence is like cooling and hardening and turning black. But as you look, like a piece of like cooled rock just sort of like pings off of him, and a spew of flame and magma goes spraying out. And then after a few seconds, another rock sort of pings off of him, and a second spray of flame and magma pings out. Everyone around is like wailing and like waving their hands in the air and gnashing their teeth. The drums are super erratic and wild as all of this happens.
He's not fully cooked. His shell isn't hardened.
And now is an excellent time for our second 5 minutes.
I'm not ready. We're
You guys on this side? Wait.